She seemed perfect, an inspiring church leader, a shining example of faith, until Alex uncovered the horrifying truth. Behind that charismatic mask was someone who used religion to manipulate, control, and hurt innocent people. Today, you'll discover how one young person's courage shattered a dangerous deception, exposing a sinister secret that had been hidden for years. But here's the twist. The real story isn't just about lies. It's about how bravery can ignite change, even when everything seems lost. When Alex finally confronts the fake pastor in front of everyone, the truth comes crashing down, and the impact is unstoppable. If you think you've seen it all, think again. This story will challenge your view of trust, faith, and courage. And wait until you hear what happens after the mask falls, something that will leave you questioning everything. Before we dive in, comment below where you're watching from, and hit that like button if you believe in speaking out against injustice, because this story is more than just a reveal. It's a call to stand up for what's right. I walk into the big church building. It is bright and shiny. The walls are painted in white and gold. There are many lights that make everything look special. People are sitting in rows of chairs. They are waiting for the service to start. I feel a little nervous but also excited. Today is my first time here. Next to me, Emma smiles. She is my friend. She has long blonde hair and kind eyes. She whispers, "It's so big, I've never been here before." I nod. I feel the same way. This place looks like it belongs in a storybook. Suddenly, the music starts. A man walks on stage. He is tall and confident. His hair is dark and he wears a nice suit. He is Pastor John. His voice is strong and clear. Everyone listens closely. "Welcome, welcome," he says. "God is good. Today we will learn about faith and love. We are here to be closer to God." I watch him. He looks friendly and warm, but I notice something strange. His smile is perfect, but his eyes look a little hard. I wonder if everything he says is true. Maybe I'm just nervous or new here. Pastor John steps down from the stage. He walks to the front of the church. He raises his hands like he is about to speak to everyone. Everyone stops talking and looks at him. "Today," he says, "we are going to feel God's power. We are going to sing and pray. And I want you all to open your hearts. God is here." People start singing. Their voices fill the big room. I try to sing along. Emma joins in too. Her voice is soft but full of hope. After singing, Pastor John begins to talk. His voice is calm but strong. "God loves you," he says. "He wants us to trust him. When we believe, great things happen. Sometimes, we face problems, but faith can fix everything." I listen carefully. I want to believe. I want to be part of something good. Emma looks at me and whispers, "I like it here." But sometimes I feel something is not right. I look at her. "What do you mean?" I ask. She shrugs quietly. "I don't know. Maybe just nerves." The service continues. Pastor John invites people to come forward and pray. A few children walk up, bow their heads, and pray softly. The congregation watches quietly. I see Emma look at her watch. She seems nervous. I want to ask her what she thinks, but I don't want to disturb her. I feel a little unsure. Still, I like being here. It feels like I belong. When the service ends, everyone claps. Pastor John smiles warmly. "Remember," he says, "faith is the most important thing. Keep trusting God. He will always take care of you." People stand up and start to leave. Emma and I stay for a moment. I feel a strange mix of happiness and confusion. Before we leave, Emma whispers again, "It's pretty, it's fun, but I wonder if everything is real." I nod. I don't know yet, but I feel that something is waiting to be discovered, something that might change everything. As we walk outside, I look back at the church. Its big doors shine in the sunlight. I think about what I saw today. I am curious and a little nervous. I want to find the truth. And so my journey begins. I am here to learn, to question, and maybe to find something real behind all the bright lights. I take a deep breath, ready for what's next. I woke up the next day thinking about what I saw and heard at the church. It was strange. The shiny lights, the loud music, the big crowd. Pastor John was very good at making everyone feel happy and hopeful. But something inside me felt uneasy. Emma and I had talked after the service. She looked thoughtful. I asked her, "Do you think everything is real? The prayers? The speaking in tongues? The miracles?" Emma looked down and whispered, "I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's all just tricks, but I'm afraid to say anything. People might get mad." I nodded. I felt the same. I wanted to believe in the church. I wanted to trust Pastor John. But I couldn't ignore the strange rituals. I saw people pretend to speak in tongues, moving their mouths and making noises. It looked fake to me, and the holy bread looked weird, like it was just bread, not something holy. Later that day, I sat with Emma outside. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "I heard some things about Pastor John, things that don't sound right." "What kind of things?" I asked, leaning closer. She looked around to make sure no one was listening. "People say he sometimes gives speeches that sound more like tricks, and I saw him do something at the last service that looked strange. He said he was talking to God, but it was just him talking." I felt my heart beat faster. I wanted to ask more, but I didn't want to get her in trouble. Still, my mind kept racing. Why would someone pretend to talk to God? Was it all fake? That night, I lay in bed thinking about it. I remembered how Pastor John raised his hands and spoke loudly, saying he was praying to God. It all looked so powerful, so real, but now I wondered if it was just show. Maybe he was just pretending. The next morning, I decided to watch again. I wanted to see if I could find clues that told me the truth. I watched carefully when Pastor John gave his sermons. He spoke with a calm voice, but there was a way he looked at the crowd, like he was in control, like he was playing a game. I saw him smile and nod when people shouted, "Amen." I saw him raise his hands and close his eyes, pretending to listen to God. But I wondered, was he really listening, or was he just pretending? Emma sat next to me and whispered, "Do you think he's lying?" I looked at her and whispered back, "I think so. I think he's using faith to control people, making them believe things that aren't true." Suddenly, I remembered Brother Mark. He was the boy with cancer. His family was hopeful, praying every day. But I knew that medicine was helping him. I knew it wasn't just faith that could heal. I looked at Emma and said, "Brother Mark needs real help, not just prayers. Medicine helps him. Faith is good, but it's not enough sometimes." Emma nodded slowly. "That's true. I wish more people saw that." I felt a strange mix of sadness and anger. I didn't like seeing people get fooled. I wanted to do something. I wanted to tell the truth. But I also felt scared. What if Pastor John got angry? What if he told everyone I was wrong? That afternoon, I saw Emma look at her phone. She hesitated, then showed me a video she took during the last church service. It was of Pastor John doing the talking to God part. The video showed him closing his eyes and moving his lips, but I could see it was all staged. "Wow," I said, "this is not real. It's just him pretending." Emma smiled a little. "Maybe if more people see this, they will understand. Maybe we can help others see the truth." I felt a spark inside me. Maybe we could. Maybe we should. That night, I decided I wouldn't stay quiet anymore. If I saw something wrong, I would speak out. I wanted to be brave. I wanted to find the real faith, not just tricks and lies. Next morning, I woke up with a plan. I would talk to Emma again and find a way to show everyone what I saw. Maybe then, we could help others see the truth too. As I got ready, I looked in the mirror and told myself, being brave is hard, but I have to try. Because honesty and kindness are more important than any show. And I knew one thing for sure. I couldn't let the church's fake miracles and lies keep hurting people. It was time for the truth to come out. I took a deep breath. Today, I would start to stand up. I would speak out, even if it was scary. Because I believed that real faith was about love, not tricks. And I was ready to find the real truth. I woke up early that morning. My head was full of thoughts from the night before. I kept thinking about everything I had seen and heard at the church. I wondered if I was really learning the truth or just falling into a trap. Today, I decided to go back. I wanted to see if I could find more clues about Pastor John and the church's secrets. Emma was with me. She looked nervous, but also determined. We arrived at the church just as the doors were opening. The big room was bright and shiny, just like the first time. The seats were filled with people singing and clapping. I looked around. Many looked happy, but I saw a few faces that seemed worried or confused. Pastor John was already standing at the front. He was smiling, waving his hands, and talking in a loud voice. His voice sounded confident and warm. But I remembered Emma's words. Sometimes he was just pretending. Sometimes I wondered if he wanted to control everyone. We found seats near the back. Emma leaned over and whispered, "Do you think he's doing it again? The fake tongues and prayers?" I nodded. "It looks like it, but we need to see more." The service started. Pastor John began to speak about faith and trust. He told everyone that they should believe in God with all their hearts. His words were sweet, and people listened carefully. Then something strange happened. Pastor John closed his eyes and raised his hands. He started to speak in a strange way. His mouth moved very fast. It looked like he was speaking in tongues, just like before. But I remembered what Emma told me. Sometimes, he and the helpers made it look real. They made the sounds and movements come out in a way that seemed like a miracle, but it was just tricks. I watched closely. I saw one of the helpers near the front. She held her hands out and moved her lips as if she was speaking in another language. But I noticed her lips didn't move much. She was just pretending. Emma looked at me and whispered, "I think they're faking it again. It's not real." Suddenly, Pastor John opened his eyes and looked around. His face was bright and serious. He said, "God is with us. If you want to speak in tongues, just believe and it will happen." The crowd clapped and cheered. They looked excited, but I felt uneasy. I saw some people close their eyes tightly, trying to speak in a way they didn't really understand. Some looked confused or tired. After the fake tongues, Pastor John moved on to the holy bread. He took small pieces and handed them out to everyone. "This is the body of Christ," he said. "Eat it with faith, and you will be blessed." People took the bread eagerly. I looked at Emma. She was quiet, holding her peace but not eating it. I wanted to ask her what she thought, but I stayed quiet for now. Then Pastor John started to talk about talking to God. He closed his eyes once more and made a strange face. His voice changed. He was pretending to be talking to God, saying things like, "God, tell us your secrets." But I knew it was just him. He was making it all up. It was not really a conversation with God. It was only him speaking, trying to make everyone believe he was special, that he could hear from God. I felt angry inside. I remembered how he had blamed Mark, my brother, for being sick. I remembered how he said that faith alone could heal Mark. But Mark was still sick. The doctors said he needed medicine, not faith. That made me even more sure. Pastor John was just pretending. As the service went on, I felt my heart beating faster. I wanted to speak up. I wanted to tell everyone the truth. But I was afraid. I didn't know how they would react. Would they listen, or would they get mad at me? Emma looked at me and whispered, "We have to be careful, but I think we're on to something." I nodded. Yes, we need to find a way to show everyone what's really happening. At the end of the service, everyone clapped again. Pastor John gave a short speech. He said, "Remember, faith is the only way. Believe in God, and you will be saved." His voice sounded so confident, so sure. But I looked around. I saw some faces that looked unsure. Some people looked like they were starting to question. Maybe they felt what I felt, that something wasn't right. Emma and I stayed in our seats. We didn't rush out. I wanted to watch more. I wanted to understand how they did these tricks. I wanted to find the truth. After the service, I whispered to Emma, "We need more proof. We need to see what they're hiding." Emma nodded. "Tomorrow, I will try to record more. Maybe we can show everyone that it's just tricks, not real miracles." I felt a little more brave. I knew it wasn't easy to fight against such a big, shiny church. But I also knew I had to try. For my brother, for Emma, and for everyone who believed in real faith, truth and love, not tricks and lies. As we left the church, I looked back at the bright building. It looked so perfect on the outside. but I knew that inside something was rotten, and I was determined to find a way to show everyone the truth. I squeezed Emma's hand and said, "We will do this. We will find the real faith, not the fake." And with that, I took a deep breath. I felt a little stronger, because I knew the fight for truth was just beginning. I walk into the church feeling a little nervous. It's starting to feel different than when I first came here. I used to be excited, but now I feel heavy inside. Emma is walking beside me. She looks just as worried as I do. We sit in our usual spot near the back. The church is big and bright, the lights sparkle, and everyone is quiet. Pastor John stands at the front. He is smiling, but I can see something strange in his eyes. It's like he's hiding something. Today, I want to be brave. I want to understand what's really going on. I look at Emma. She nods slightly, as if she feels the same. Suddenly, the music stops. Pastor John steps forward. His voice is loud and warm. He talks about faith and trusting God. He says that God can do anything. His words are powerful. But I remember what I saw last week, the fake tongues and the holy bread that looked strange. I squeeze Emma's hand. I want to say something, but I don't know what. I look around. Many people in the crowd listen quietly. Some are smiling, but a few look confused or uneasy. After the main speech, Pastor John asks the choir to come up. They sing a song about trusting Jesus. The song is loud and happy. I see Emma whisper to me, "Do you think it's real?" I want to tell her how I feel. I start to think about Mark, my brother. He's very sick. The doctors say medicine is the only way to help him. But here, people pray and believe that faith alone can heal. I wonder if they are just pretending, like the tricks I saw. When the song ends, Pastor John raises his hands. He says, "Now it's time for a special prayer. We will talk to God. He will heal anyone who believes." I look at Emma. She looks nervous, but also hopeful. I can see some people closing their eyes, others crying. Then, Pastor John begins to speak in his usual calm voice. But today, I notice something different. His words sound a little harsher. He says, "Some of you don't have enough faith. That's why your loved ones remain sick. You must believe more. If you doubt, you are blocking God's power." My stomach feels tight. I remember Mark's face. He is so weak. I don't want to believe that it's his fault. I want real help for him, not just prayer. Suddenly, Emma pulls out a small phone. She whispers, "I filmed part of the last ritual. I want everyone to see how staged it is." I feel a little proud. Emma is brave. She's starting to stand up against the lies. Then, I hear Pastor John say, "If you doubt, you are turning away from God. Remember, faith is the only cure. Not medicine, not doctors. Only faith can save you." I stare at him. I feel angry and sad. I can't believe he's saying that. My brother is sick, and you can't just pray away cancer. I stand up slowly. My voice shakes, but I try to be loud enough. I say, "That's not true. My brother needs medicine. Faith is good, but it's not the only answer." The room goes quiet. Some people look surprised. Others stare at me like I've done something wrong. Pastor John steps forward. His face is tight. He points at me. "You are doubting God. That's a sin. You are trying to turn people away from Jesus." I feel my heart pounding, but I take a deep breath. I look right at him and say, "I love God. I trust him, but I also believe in medicine. My brother needs real help, not just words and fake miracles." People whisper. Emma nods at me. I see some faces looking down, thinking, maybe they're starting to see that not everything the pastor says is true. Pastor John's face gets red. He shouts, "You will face God's wrath for your sins. Don't test his patience." I feel scared for a moment, but then I remember Mark. He's waiting for real help. I want to do what's right. I sit back down slowly. Emma whispers, "You did the right thing." I feel a little stronger. I know this is just the beginning. I want to keep fighting for the truth. I want everyone to see what's fake and what's real. As the service ends, people start to leave. Some look at me with new eyes. Maybe they are thinking about what I said. Maybe they are scared too. I walk out of the church with Emma. The sun is shining outside. It feels warm, but I still feel cold inside. I look at Emma and say, "We have to keep trying." We have to help Mark and others like him. We can't give up. Emma smiles softly. We are not alone. We will find the truth. We will do what's right. I breathe in deep. I feel a little hope. It's not easy to stand up, but I know I must. Because the real faith is about love, honesty, and caring for others, not tricks, lies, or fake miracles. And I promise myself, I won't stop until everyone sees the truth too. I woke up feeling nervous. I knew today was important. Emma and I had talked a lot about what we saw at the church. We had seen the staged miracles and the fake speaking in tongues. We wanted to do something, but I also felt scared. As I got ready, Emma knocked on my door. She looked serious. Are you ready? She asked softly. I think so, I said. But I feel really nervous. She nodded. Me too, but we have to be brave. We walked to the church together. The big building was shining bright in the sunlight. The inside was full of people. Everyone looked happy and excited. I saw Pastor John standing at the front, smiling wide. His eyes looked sharp, like he was watching everyone closely. The music started. It was loud and fast. People stood up and clapped. They raised their hands high. I looked at Emma and took a deep breath. I knew I had to speak today, even if my voice was trembling. Suddenly, Pastor John stepped forward. His voice boomed through the room. Today, we will see a special miracle. God is in this place, and He will show us His power. I felt my heart beat faster. I glanced at Emma. She looked determined. I knew I wasn't alone. Pastor John began to wave his hands. He spoke quickly, loud words that sounded like he was talking to God. Suddenly, he closed his eyes and lowered his head. His lips moved silently, but everyone around him gasped and stared. Then, he opened his eyes and said, God has spoken to me. He told me that today, someone in this room needs to hear the truth. I felt a chill. I remembered what Emma recorded. I remembered the fake rituals we saw last week. I remembered how the rituals looked like tricks. I took a step forward. I have something to say, I called out. My voice was small but clear. This church isn't always telling the truth. Some of the miracles here are fake. A hush fell over the room. Everyone looked at me. Pastor John's face changed. His smile disappeared for a moment. Who dares speak against God's work? He shouted. His voice was angry now. You are doubting. You are questioning God's power. I felt my hand shake. I looked at Emma. She nodded at me. I took another step closer. Every time you say there are miracles, I see tricks, I said loudly. Emma recorded some of them. It's all staged. People gasped. Some looked confused. Others looked angry. I could see many eyes wide with shock. I didn't stop. I believe in faith, I said. But faith is about love and truth, not tricks, not lies. For a moment, Pastor John just stared at me. His face was twisted with anger. Then he sneered. You're wrong, he hissed. God's power is real, and anyone who doubts will be punished. I felt a jolt inside me. I knew I was risking a lot, but I couldn't stay quiet anymore. God is not happy with lies, I said louder. He is about love, not control. We should not follow someone who hurts others. The room went silent. People looked at each other. Emma looked proud. I felt a strange mix of fear and relief. Pastor John's face turned red. He looked like he was about to yell. But then, his eyes flicked to the side. For a moment, he looked like he was thinking. He took a deep breath and said, We will see who is right. If you are truly brave, come forward and prove your truth. I hesitated. My heart was pounding. I looked at Emma. She gave me a small nod. I stepped forward again. I have proof, I said. Emma recorded the staged rituals. I want everyone to see what's really happening here. Some people started to whisper. Others looked angry. Pastor John's smile was gone. He looked like a man whose mask was slipping. He looked at the crowd and then at me. His voice was cold now. You all have been fooled, he said. You follow false hope, but I will pray for your souls. He turned away and started to speak in a quieter voice, but I could still hear him. I knew he was trying to hide his anger. I felt stronger now. I had spoken up. People started to get up and leave. Some looked curious. Some looked upset. Emma and I stayed at the front, feeling a little scared, but proud. That day I learned something very important. It's okay to speak the truth, even if it's hard. Sometimes a little courage can make a big change, and I knew deep inside that I had started to see through the mask of the shepherd. I sit alone in my room. My heart is pounding. Just yesterday, I spoke out in front of everyone at the church. I told the truth about the fake miracles. I told them that Pastor John was not really talking with God. I cursed him, and I dared God's wrath. Now, I wonder what will happen next. I feel tired and nervous. Part of me is proud. I finally said what I was thinking. Part of me is scared because I know Pastor John did not like what I said. I saw his face change. His mask of kindness slipped for a moment, and I saw something ugly beneath. I wonder if anyone will believe me, or if they will turn away. I hear a knock on my door. It's Emma. She comes in quickly and sits beside me. "Alex," she says softly, "you were brave yesterday. I'm glad you said the truth." I look at her. But what if they don't listen? What if Pastor John gets really mad? Emma nods. Some people are starting to see that he is not real. I recorded everything he did. Maybe we can show everyone the truth. I feel a little hope. Emma has been with me from the start. She also doubts Pastor John now. We both want to stop him from hurting others. But I also feel a big worry. What if Pastor John tries to punish us? Or what if the church members stay blind and still follow him? I don't want to be alone against so many. Emma takes a deep breath. We have to be brave. We cannot let him control us anymore. We need to keep showing the truth. Suddenly, my phone buzzes. I see a message from Emma. It has a picture. It's a photo of a church service video, one where Pastor John pretends to speak with God. Emma took it during the last meeting. Her message says, "People are starting to see what's real. We can do this." My stomach feels tight. I know Emma is right. We have to keep going. We have to find more proof and tell more people. Maybe, just maybe, the community will wake up and see through the lies. I stand up and look out my window. The sun is shining, bright and clear. It reminds me that even in dark times, the truth can shine through if we are brave enough to speak it. Later that day, I meet Emma again. We decide to go through the videos and notes we have. We want to plan how to show the church members the real tricks Pastor John has been doing. We will ask some friends who are starting to doubt too. I take a deep breath. I know this won't be easy. Pastor John is very good at hiding what he really is. But I also know I cannot stay quiet. If I don't speak now, who will? That night, I lie in bed thinking about Brother Mark. His face appears in my mind. I remember how sick he is and how much he needs real help. Fake miracles can't heal him. Only medicine and love can do that. I tell myself, I will not let Pastor John use faith like a weapon. I will find the truth and help Mark. I will stand up, no matter what. The next morning, I feel a little stronger. I decide to send the videos to Emma's family and some friends outside the church. Maybe they can help us find the right way to tell everyone what's really happening. As I walk outside, I see a few church members. Some look at me with questions in their eyes. Some avoid me. I know that they are starting to see that something is wrong. It makes me feel both sad and hopeful. I think about how brave Emma is, how brave I want to be. I know that the road ahead will be hard. But I also know that truth is stronger than lies. And I want to be a person who stands for what is right. Because I believe that real faith is about love and honesty, not tricks, not control. I take a deep breath and start walking. I will keep fighting for the truth, and I will never stop trying to help others see it too. I woke up feeling nervous but also strong. It was the morning after I spoke out in front of everyone. I knew that some people were starting to see the truth. But I also knew that Pastor John would not like what I did. Emma was sitting next to me. She looked worried, but smiled a little. "Are you ready?" she asked softly. I nodded. I have to do this. I can't stay quiet anymore. That day we went to the church building. It looked shiny and big as always, but I felt different. I felt like I had taken a big step. I was no longer just a quiet boy who followed. I was someone who wanted to tell the truth. When we entered, people were already there. Some were talking quietly. Others looked around nervously. I saw Pastor John at the front. He was smiling, but I could see a tiny flicker of worry in his eyes. The service began. The music was loud and happy. The lights flashed. The church looked like a happy place on the outside. But I knew better now. Suddenly, Pastor John stepped forward. He raised his hand and looked straight at me. "Today," he said loudly, "we will see a miracle. We will see God's power right here." My heart beat fast. I looked at Emma. She looked nervous too. I took a deep breath and stepped forward too. "Pastor John," I said loudly, "I have questions. I want to know if all these miracles are real." The room went quiet. People looked at us. Some looked confused. Others looked angry. Pastor John frowned. He looked at me like I was a problem. "What are you saying?" he asked. "I'm saying," I said, "that I don't believe everything you say is true. I saw you do tricks. I saw the fake rituals. I saw the false miracles." A hush fell over the church. Emma pulled out her phone and slowly showed some videos she took. In the videos, I saw Pastor John pretending to talk with God, making silly gestures and doing tricks with fake flames. Some people gasped. Others looked away, unsure what to think. Pastor John's face got red. "That's lies," he yelled. "You are troublemakers. You are spreading lies about God's work." But I kept going. "We just want the truth. We want real faith, not tricks and lies." He stared at me for a long moment. His mask of kindness seemed to crack. His eyes looked angry and cold. "Get out," he snapped. "You are not welcome here if you question God's power." People started to whisper. Some looked sad. Others looked angry. Emma and I felt brave. We knew we had done something important. After the meeting, some church members came to talk to us. Some said, "I never saw this before." Others looked scared, but they listened. I looked at Anna and smiled. We had taken a big step. We had spoken the truth. It felt good to stand up. Even though I was scared about what would happen next, I knew I did the right thing. Because real faith is about honesty. It's about caring for others and telling the truth, not hiding behind tricks. That day, things started to change. The church was no longer just a shiny place on the outside. Inside, people were beginning to see the truth, and I felt a little stronger inside. I knew that no matter what, I would keep fighting for what is real and good, because courage is about standing up even when it's hard, and I was ready for whatever came next. I wake up feeling nervous. The big moment is here. After everything that has happened, I know things will never be the same. I look around the room. Emma is sitting next to me. Her face is calm but serious. We both know we are about to do something very brave. Today is the day I will speak in front of the whole church. I will tell the truth. I will tell everyone what I saw, what I believe, and what I feel inside. I take a deep breath and stand up slowly. The church is packed. The big room looks bright and shiny. The lights shine down from the ceiling. The people sit quietly, waiting for the service to start. Pastor John is at the front. He is smiling and talking softly to some leaders, but I see the anger hiding behind his eyes. I step forward. My heart beats fast. I look at the crowd. Emma is behind me, giving me a small nod. I feel her support. Then I start to speak. "Everyone," I say loudly, "I need to tell you something." There's silence. All eyes turn to me. "I know that Pastor John says he speaks with God," I continue. "But I think some of what he says is not real." Some people gasp. Others look confused. "I have seen him do tricks," I say. "He pretends to speak in strange words that aren't real. He uses fake miracles to make us believe. But I think it is not true. It's only tricks." I take a step closer. I also saw him blame Brother Mark for not getting better. He said that Mark's family didn't have enough faith. But that is not true. Mark is very sick, and no one can make him better just by praying. I feel my voice shake a little, but I keep going. Real faith means loving each other and being honest. It does not mean lying or hurting people. I believe that what is real is when we help each other and tell the truth. The room is very quiet now. I see some faces surprised. I see Emma standing next to me, looking proud. Pastor John's face is hard. His smile disappears. He steps forward and says in a loud voice, "Who do you think you are? Challenging God? Do you want to bring trouble into this church?" I feel scared, but I hold my ground. I say, "I am not trying to bring trouble. I just want the truth. I want us all to see what is real and what is not." The church members start whispering. Some look angry. Others look confused. I see a few people looking at Pastor John like they are starting to see something new. Suddenly, the pastor's face changes. His eyes narrow. He steps very close to me. His voice becomes cold. "This is not the place for your questions," he says. "If you don't believe, you will face God's punishment." I feel a chill. But I also feel something else, strength. I step back a little and say loudly, "I will not be afraid of you. I believe in truth." Several people clap softly. Others look away, unsure. Pastor John's face is now tight with anger. His mask is slipping. I can see the real him, the angry man who doesn't want anyone to find out the truth. He turns away quickly. He says, "You are just troublemakers. You don't understand faith." But something has changed in the room. People are looking at him differently now. Some are starting to question. Some are opening their eyes. Emma comes close and whispers, "You did it, Alex. You spoke out." I feel a mix of relief and fear. I know it's only the start. The truth is out, but now we must face what comes next. After the service, the church is quieter than usual. Some people come to talk to me and Emma. They ask questions. Others just nod and walk away. Emma looks at me and says, "You were brave. I am proud of you." I smile back. "We have to keep going. We can't stop now." Brother Mark is waiting outside. His face looks tired but peaceful. I go over to him and hug him tight. "Mark," I say, "I believe in real hope, not fake miracles." He smiles weakly. "Thank you, Alex. I know you will help us find the truth." That day, I learned something important. Standing up for what is right is not easy. It makes you feel scared sometimes, but it also makes you stronger. I look around at everyone. Some are still confused. Others are starting to see. I realize that the truth is like a small light. It might be hidden in the dark, but it can grow stronger if we keep shining it. I feel proud. I know I did the right thing. Even if the road ahead is hard, I will keep fighting for honesty and love. Because real faith is about truth, not tricks. And I believe that, deep inside. The mask of the shepherd is slipping away, and a new day is coming. One where we can see clearly and be brave enough to speak the truth. I wake up early. My heart feels heavy. I know that today is important. After everything I have seen and said, I can feel the truth getting stronger inside me. But I also know that Pastor John won't give up easily. He is clever and angry. I look at Emma. She is sitting quietly in her room. She looks worried but brave. We are both ready for what comes next. Today, I want to talk to the church members. I want them to see what is real and what is fake. I want to tell them the truth about Pastor John. I take a deep breath and walk out of my house. Emma is waiting for me outside. We walk together to the church. When we arrive, I see many faces. Some look happy, others look confused or scared. The church is big and bright, but I feel cold inside. I don't want to hide anymore. I want everyone to know what is true. Inside, the room is quiet. Pastor John is standing at the front. He looks at us and smiles. I know that smile is not real. It is a mask. I walk closer and stand tall. "Pastor John," I say loudly, "we need to talk." The room goes quiet. Everyone turns to look at us. I feel my hands shake a little, but I keep speaking. You say you speak with God. You say you do miracles. But we know it is not real. It is fake. You make us believe things that are not true. You use faith to control us. That is wrong." Pastor John's face changes. His eyes narrow. He steps forward. "You are talking nonsense," he says. "You don't understand faith. You don't know what you are saying." Emma stands next to me. She holds up her phone. "We have proof," she says. "We recorded the fake rituals. We saw the tricks. The miracles are just made-up stories." Some people in the church whisper. Others look angry. A few start to think. They see that we are telling the truth. Pastor John's face gets red. He tries to yell, but his voice trembles. "You are wrong," he says. "God is with us. You just don't want to see it." I step closer and look at him. "Faith should be about love and honesty," I say. "Not about lies and control. You hurt people, you hurt Mark. You blame families when they are sick. That is not God's way." Now I see some church members look down. They look ashamed. A few shake their heads. Emma and I stand strong. We have shown the truth. It is not easy to do this. It is hard to face someone so powerful. But I know it is right. Pastor John's mask slips. His face twists with anger. He points at us. "You will regret this," he says. "God will punish you for your words." But I am not afraid anymore. I say loud and clear, "I don't fear your threats. I believe in what is real. I believe in kindness and truth." Suddenly, some people in the church start to stand up. They walk toward Emma and me. They say they are tired of lies. They want real faith, real love. The room begins to change. The false mask of Pastor John falls. His power is cracking. He looks around. His face is angry, scared. He tries to speak, but no one listens. The truth is now in the air. The church begins to wake up. Emma and I step outside. The sunlight feels warmer. We look at each other and smile. We have done something brave. We have shown the truth. People are talking. Some are leaving the church. Others are asking questions. The big mask of Pastor John is broken. He is alone now, with no one to hide behind. As I walk away, I feel a little tired, but proud. I know the fight is not over, but I have started something new. I have shown that courage and truth can shine even in dark places. And I believe that real faith is about love, honesty, and helping others, not control or lies. This is just the beginning. The light of the truth will keep shining. I will keep fighting for what is right, because I know that when we stand together and speak out, we can change the world. I stand in front of everyone. My heart beats fast. I feel scared, but also brave. I just told the truth. I shouted to the church that Pastor John's miracles are fake. I cursed him and dared God's wrath. Now everyone looks at me. There is silence. The pastor's face is red. His eyes flash with anger. His mask of kindness is falling apart. I can see the real him, the mean man behind the smile. He steps closer, his voice loud. "You are a troublemaker," he yells. "You don't have faith. You are lost and wrong. God will punish you for this." But I don't feel afraid anymore. I look at Emma, who stands beside me. She nods a little. I know I am doing what is right. Some people in the congregation start to whisper. They look confused. They see that the pastor is not the kind man he pretends to be. The pastor shouts again, "You're all fools. You follow me because you are blind. But I see the truth. I see your lies. And I will make sure everyone knows what you really are." He points at me and Emma, trying to scare us. But I stand tall. I know that bravery is stronger than fear. Suddenly, Emma steps forward and speaks. "We saw your fake miracles. We caught you pretending to talk to God. We know the truth now. You're not a shepherd. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing." The church members start to look around. Some nod quietly. Others look away, afraid to speak. A few whisper to each other. The pastor glares at Emma and me. His face is twisted with rage. "You think you can break the church? You think you can stop God's work? No, God is with me. I am his chosen servant. But I shake my head. God is love, not control or lies. True faith is about caring for others, not hurting them. You are not a shepherd. You are a wolf. Some people gasp. Others look down. A few start to stand up. They begin to see that the pastor is not who he claimed to be. The pastor's fists clench. "You will pay for this," he shouts. "God will punish you for your sins." But suddenly, his voice cracks. His mask of calm has slipped. I see anger and something else, something rotten inside. He is afraid. Emma and I look at each other. We feel stronger now. We have said what was true. We have shown everyone the real pastor. One by one, some church members step away. They start to ask questions. They want to know what is real and what is false. The pastor's eyes dart around. He tries to stay in control, but his power is breaking. His lies are falling apart. At last, he shouts, "Get out! Everyone, get out! I don't want to see your faces anymore." People quietly leave, some hesitantly. Others follow Emma and me. The church is no longer bright and perfect. It feels smaller and colder. When they leave, I look at Emma. "We did it," I say softly. "We told the truth. We stood up for what's right." Emma smiles, a little sad but proud. "Yes, maybe now some people will see what really is. Maybe the church can be better." I feel tired, but happy inside. I know that telling the truth is always the right thing. I also know that real faith is about love, not lies or control. The pastor is left alone now. His mask is gone. His lies are exposed. Maybe he will change, or maybe he will stay angry and bitter. But I don't care. I walk outside with Emma. The sun is just starting to set. The sky is orange and pink. I take a deep breath. I feel free. I look at Emma and say, "We were brave today. We stopped the wolf in shepherd's clothing." She nods. "And maybe we made a little bit of a difference." I hope so. As we walk away, I think about the future. I know there will be more problems, more lies. But I also know that truth and courage can shine through. And I will keep fighting for what is right. Because faith is about love, honesty, and caring, not control or fake miracles. That's the end of this story, but it's also the start of something new. A future where truth can finally be free.